Good morning, UUCA. Say good morning, UUCA. We're gonna do something a little different this morning. I got a brand new hymn. You've never sung it before, but we're gonna sing it today. I'm gonna sing it through one time, and then I'm gonna invite you to sing along with me. It's called Deep Peace. Please rise in body and in spirit. It goes like this. Deep peace, I will nourish you today. Deep peace, I will nourish you today. I will nourish you. Deep peace. That's it. Let's try it again. Deep peace, I will nourish you today. Yeah. Deep peace, I will nourish you today. I will nourish you. Deep peace. The next verse. Deep peace, come and tend our hearts today. Deep peace, come and tend our hearts today. Come and tend our hearts. Deep peace. There you go. One more. Deep peace, I will cherish you today. Yeah. Deep peace, I will cherish you today. I will cherish you. Deep peace, stay right here, stay right here. I will nourish you. Deep peace. Yeah. Come and tend our hearts. Deep peace. I will cherish you. Deep peace. Stay standing. We're going to sing one more. We're going to do I've Got Peace Like a River. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul, in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. Let me hear you clap, yeah. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. In my soul, I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. Beautiful. I've got strength like a mountain. I've got strength like a mountain. I've got strength like a mountain in my soul, in my soul. I've got strength like a mountain, I've got strength like a mountain, I've got strength like a mountain in my soul. Nice job, y'all. Well done. Well done.
You all sound beautiful and look beautiful today. Welcome. And welcome to James Richards, my personal house band, and John Harris, Toku Kuwata, Sunny Shannon. So great to have you all offering some beautiful music today. And I want to welcome you, most of all, to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Atlanta, this place where we are coming together to transform lives through courageous action and soulful connection. I'm Reverend Taryn Strauss, Senior Minister here, and it is an honor to welcome you. This is a great place to belong, to be a part of during this season. I always loved growing up Unitarian Universalist, so I could brag to my friends, my classmates, we celebrate every holiday. Now, this is a season when folks are looking for a place to celebrate, to light candles against the shadows of the longest nights, to come to a place that is alive and warm, that has left a light on for you. So join this season of gladness. Join us with your whole self, with your queer self, your trans and non-binary self, your beautiful black or brown or Asian or Latina self, your Jewish self, your Muslim self, your creaky, aging self. So beautiful. Your fresh, excited self, your strong faith, your strong doubts. Bring it all here and know that you are welcomed. For all of those things, you are cherished. For each of those things. And 'tis the season for announcements. Our Moravian Love Feast is only 4 days away. Tickets are going fast right now, so please go ahead and purchase your ticket to our Moravian Love Feast today. For many of us, this special holiday concert and beloved tradition marks the real beginning of the holiday season, so you won't want to miss it. And this year, Christmas Eve happens to take place on a Sunday. Sunday morning, we will join together with the Spiritual Living Center of Atlanta, who worships here on Sunday afternoons, but we will join with them for a special Christmas Eve morning pancake social. So, please just stop by any time on that Sunday morning, the 24th, between 9 a.m. and noon for pancakes, community, and some festive live music. And then come back to the congregation at 6 p.m. for our Christmas Eve service. Join me and all of our amazing community ministers, Reverends Duncan Teague and Megan Lloyd-Joyner, and others, for stories and carols as we come together to celebrate the birth of hope at Christmas. And finally, join our town halls either at 1:30 today or Wednesday evening via Zoom to learn more about next year's budget. Our annual meeting is 1 week from today at 1:30 p.m. on Zoom. The link to the town halls and link to register for the annual budget meeting webinar can be found in your weekly email newsletter, the Weekly Update. And I'm also seeing some people with, a number of people with amazing birthdays out there, and I'm not going to name you all, but I celebrate you and your birth and your presence. I'm so glad you're here today. I'm just like looking out there and seeing some wonderful birthday folks. We are now currently in the midst of the Hanukkah season. So this is the season when Jews light their menorahs to honor the resilient spirit of those who continue to practice their faith, even when that faith is under attack or when the materials to do so are insufficient. And during Hanukkah, we sing songs, play dreidels, tell stories of resistance and survival against the odds, the miracle of resilience that shines again and again, and the lighting of the candles. And so today, after the third night of Hanukkah, we light our menorah here. We light these candles, these little lights, and ponder all they might mean to us. And Alayla Watts will now light our chalice. So please join Alayla as she does so, and joining together and speaking aloud our chalice lighting words. May the light of this flame illuminate our tradition of seeking, invite all who yearn for acceptance, and ignite our passion for justice and peace.
Our story this morning is What Will Build by Oliver Jeffers. What shall we build, you and I? Let's gather all our tools for a start, for putting together and taking apart. Let's build a door where there was none. We'll build a house to be our home. I'll build your future, and you'll build mine. We'll build a watch to keep our time. We'll build some love to set aside, and we'll build a hole where we can hide. A fortress to keep our enemies out, and higher walls for when they shout. But you don't always lose, and you don't always win. So we'll build a gate to let them in. We'll build a table to drink our tea and say, I'm sorry. Me too. Me three. We'll build a tower to watch the sky and other worlds that pass us by. Let's build a tunnel to anywhere. Let's build a road up to the moon. Let's build a comfy place to rest, for we'll be tired soon. Let's build a boat that can't be broken, that will not sink or be cracked open. A place to stay when all is lost, to keep the things we love the most. We'll put these favorite things beside the earlier love we set aside. I think we may want them later, when times are hard and needs are greater. But first things first, let's build a fire. For we've planned a lot, and now we're tired. It'll keep us warm, like when we were born. And then we'll say goodnight, as all's all right. These are the things we'll build, you and I. So I would like to invite the Watts family to the chancel to lead us in this morning's movement prayer. And we invite you to rise as you are willing and able and join us. First, we bow to honor the Spirit of life. We lift our arms and embrace the gifts of Spirit. We bring these gifts unto ourselves with gratitude and breathe and smile. We share these gifts with the world. We remember to be present, honor, embrace, gratitude, share, be present. Amen. Blessed be. Thank you. And at this time, we would like to invite our children, 3rd grade and under, to exit the sanctuary and join their creative play or preschool for this morning. And please note the location for these are just down the hall on the 1st floor. And as our children recess, please take this opportunity to greet your neighbor, especially someone you have not met.
Sister, lay your burdens down. Keep your heart wide open and hear the sound. It's all around you. Your kingdom's right to carry the weight of this world with pride. I am humbled and I'm confused. There is no mountain I found here that I can move. And you say, sweet love, your heart is great. So will you follow it closely and let it show you your faith? Keep playing for love, playing for peace, playing for light. Come down and set me free. Playing to save, playing for change, playing for peace,
and keep playing for love,
playing for peace,
yeah,
playing for light. Come down and set me free. Playing to save, playing for change, playing for peace. We are playing for peace. We are playing for peace. We are playing for peace.
Let's do it again.
We are
Playing for peace.
we are
Playing for peace. Playing for change.
we are
Playing for change.
we are
Playing for change.
we are
Playing for change. Sunny Shannon, everybody.
Thunder rumbles in the mountain passes. Lightning rattles the eaves of our houses. Floodwaters await us in our avenues. Snow falls upon snow to avalanche over unprotected villages. The sky slips low and gray and threatening. We question ourselves. What have we done to so affront nature? We worry God. Are you there? Are you there, really? Does the covenant you made with us still hold? Into this climate of fear and apprehension, Christmas enters, streaming lights of joy, ringing bells of hope, and singing carols of forgiveness high up into the bright air. The world is encouraged to come away from rancor, come away to the friendship. It is the glad season. Thunder ebbs to silence, and lightning sleeps quietly in the corner. Floodwaters recede into memory. Snow becomes a yielding cushion to aid us as we make our way to higher ground. Hope is born again in the faces of children. It rides on the shoulders of our aged as they walk into their sunsets. Hope spreads around the earth, brightening all things, even hate which crouches, breeding in dark corridors. In our joy, we think we hear a whisper. At first, it is too soft, then only half heard. We listen carefully as it gathers strength. We hear a sweetness. The word is peace. It is loud now. It is louder than the explosion of bombs. We tremble at the sound. We're thrilled by its presence. It is what we have hungered for. Not just the absence of war, but true peace, a harmony of spirit, a comfort of courtesies, security for our beloveds and for their beloveds. We clap hands and welcome the peace of Christmas. We beckon this good season to wait a while with us. We, Baptist and Buddhist, Methodist and Muslim, say, "Come, peace. Come and fill us and our world with your majesty." We, the Jew and the Jainist, the Catholic and the Confucian, implore you to stay a while with us so we may learn by your shimmering light how to look beyond complexion and see community. It is Christmas time, a healing of hate time. On this platform of peace, we can create a language to translate ourselves and to each other. At this holy instant, we celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ into the great religions of the world. We jubilate the precious advent of trust. We shout with glorious tongues at the coming of hope. All the earth's tribes loosen their voices to celebrate the promise of peace. We, angels and mortals, believers and non-believers, look heavenward and speak the word aloud. Peace. We look at our world and speak the word aloud. Peace. We look at each other, then into ourselves, and we say without shyness or apology or hesitation, peace, my brother. Peace, my sister. Peace, my soul.
Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life in the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of light, come to me, come to me. Fuente d'amor, ven hacia mí, y al corazón, cántale tu compasión. Sopla, vola, sube en la mar, hasta moldear la justicia de la vida. Arriágame, libérame, fuente d'amor, ven a mí, ven a mí.
Let us put hands on hearts and feel the heartbeat, that connection to life. Breathe in peace. Say to yourself silently, I will love myself. I will love others. And that love can heal this world. At this time, we celebrate the joy of the Giving Tree, the work of congregant leaders Jane Mengel and Amy Lovern to bring back this meaningful way to live our value of courageous action. You are invited to think of someone in your life who is struggling today, someone in need of loving energy, someone who is lonely or suffering or ill, please write their name into the live chat or speak their name aloud into this cloud of witnesses now.
Thomas, Mary Jo, Walker, Catherine. Yeah, it's nice to.
May all beings find connection. May all people find comfort. May each of us find more ways to be more loving. Spirit of life, love eternal, we rest in holy gratitude. We surrender to a mystery beyond ourselves, asking forgiveness for our mistakes, for those times where we have been selfish or thoughtless. Breathing in and out, we offer grace. We forgive ourselves, and we forgive each other. We begin again in love. For just one moment, we open our hearts to wonder, feeling a deep connection with all beings. Now let us calm our bodies and our minds. We breathe in peace, and we exhale love. We relax into this space that our intentions make sacred. We enter into the silence.
Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
Good morning, my beloved congregation. I stand before you today, not just as the president of the Board of Trustees, but as someone whose heart has been deeply touched by the transformative power of compassion and community. My name is David Yamashita, and I want to share with you a story that has become woven into my life, and I believe has the potential to touch each of your hearts as well. In the bustling rhythm of our lives, I discovered a sanctuary of love and support in the Toco Hills Community Alliance. A simple phrase captures their work: neighbors helping neighbors. Every Thursday, I dedicate time to this remarkable organization, loading 70 pounds of nourishment to over 180 families in our community. Why do I do this? It's not just about the physical act of loading food. It's about the shared humanity, the connection that arises when one neighbor extends a helping hand to another in times of need. I have witnessed the firsthand impact of providing emergency food assistance, fresh fruits, vegetables, dairy items, meats, breads, and even desserts to those who hunger. As Reverend Dr. Lisa, Executive Director at Toco Hills Community Alliance, beautifully articulates, let's make the 1 minute they are with us the best moment of their week. Every Thursday, as I load bags and boxes, I see joy and blessing unfold in the lives of those facing challenging times. Toco Hills Community Alliance, nestled just down the street on La Vista Road, is more than a food pantry. It's a beacon of hope, a testament to the strength of a community that cares. My beloved congregation, the need is growing. When I began this personal journey, I would see 100 families every Thursday. Picture, now the number has risen consistently to over 180 families. Picture this. We are serving one family a minute at the food, drive-up, and walk-up facility. These are not just statistics. These are real people, our neighbors, who generally rely on the sustenance provided. Their gratitude and sincere thanks echo in our ears as they express how they wouldn't know what to do without this weekly food. So, my excitement overflows as I share that in December, our congregation is united in providing a collective act of generosity. Our offering is not just a transaction. It is an embodiment of our mission to transform lives through courageous action and soulful connection. I invite you to open your hearts and give generously so that Toco Hills Community Alliance can continue to meet the growing needs of our community. As we prepare to make today's offering, let us do so with the awareness that we are not merely contributing money. We are sowing seeds of hope, compassion, and change. May our giving be a testament to the love that binds us as a congregation. And may it ripple outward, making a difference in our lives for those who need it most in our community. Today's offering is an opportunity for each of us to be a source of light in someone else's darkness. This offering will now be given and gratefully received.
Give me love, give me love, give me peace on earth. Give me light, give me life, keep me free from birth. Give me hope, help me cope with this heavy load. Trying to touch and reach you with heart and soul. My Lord, please take hold of my hand that I might understand you. Won't you please, oh won't you give me love, give me love, give me peace on earth, give me light, light, keep me free from birth. Give me hope, help me cope with this heavy load. Trying to touch and reach you with heart and soul. My Lord, touch and reach you with heart and John Harris, everybody. John Harris.
And now please join me in the dedication of the offering to the work of this congregation, which is weaving a tapestry of love and action we call community. We dedicate our lives and these our offerings.
Christmas celebrations are cancelled this year, for it's impossible to celebrate Christmas when our people in Gaza are going through a genocide. Usually it's Jesus in the manger, surrounded by the shepherds, surrounded by the Holy Family, Joseph and Mary, and the Magi's who came from the east. Here we wanted to say that it's as if they are looking for Jesus in the midst of the rubble. We wanted to send a message to the world, a message that while the whole world is celebrating Christmas in festive ways, here in Bethlehem, the birthplace of Jesus, where Christmas originated from, this is what Christmas looks like to us. Christmas is the solidarity of God with those who are oppressed, with those who are suffering. And if Jesus is to be born again this year, he will be born in Gaza, under the rubble, in solidarity with the people of Gaza. Our hope is in our faith. Our hope is in our resilience. So while Christmas celebrations are cancelled, Christmas prayers are not cancelled. And maybe when we look at the image of Jesus under the rubble, we see a light of hope and life coming out of destruction, light coming out of death.
I thought it was time to speak about peace. In December of 2005, Katie Couric interviewed Dr. Maya Angelou about the poem she had just read at the White House for their annual Christmas tree lighting. It was the poem you heard read earlier today, read so beautifully by Tony Stringer. And when Katie Couric asked her about it, Maya Angelou replied, "I thought it was time to speak about peace. It is time now to speak about peace." Dr. Angelou went on to say, "The need for peace lives in the heart of every human being, hawks and doves. I don't mean just an absence of war, I mean our daily movements. Try not to be just a peacemaker. Be a peace bringer. Bring it with you. Be a peace bringer." During this time of year when Christians await the birth of Jesus as the bringer of peace, I feel we can no longer wait. If indeed we all have a spark of the divine within us, and we are all connected to one another and to creation, well then we are the peace bringers Maya Angelou spoke of. It is us. And I wanted to explore this creche that the Lutherans are using in Bethlehem this year, because this is exactly the kind of thing we would have done at my seminary, the place where I studied, Union Theological Seminary, where great peacemakers like Reinhold Niebuhr, Paul Tillich, James Cone, and Dietrich Bonhoeffer all studied. The students and faculty at Union Theological Seminary had an undying commitment to make Jesus and all surrounding iconography and rituals perpetually relevant to the moment at hand, and perpetually always faithful to a God that liberates the oppressed above all else. For this Lutheran pastor in Bethlehem, we cannot, like he says, we cannot fully celebrate Christmas, not while war, destruction, genocide, and terror blanket that region and the sanctity of human life is trampled upon each day. And yet, somewhere in the world, this is always taking place, each year. And yet, there is still time. Each day brings new hope for peace. Now I ask you, have you ever known a true peace bringer? Have you ever been so lucky? I have. Those who stand for peace, above all else, might be viewed as naive, optimistic, or weak, but the peace bringers I have known wear their peace like a bat symbol, radiating outward, powerfully and without fear, for all to see and for all to look up and wonder if peace becomes the beacon and the watchword, what will happen next? The true peace bringers I have known, the ones who are really in it for life, the ones who live with peace on the forefront of their hearts, bring powerful discipline to their lives dedicated to peace. I mean, they are consistent in everything they do. Have you ever had the honor of knowing one of these peace bringers? Perhaps here at UUCA you have encountered one of them. They would like to form a committee to promote nuclear disarmament. Even today, in 2023, they have not given up hope for this peaceful cause. They are long-haul people, and they stand at the ready. Peace bringers, they will love your cause. They will encourage your enthusiasm, but they cannot take up your particular social justice passion because they are already busy making peace everywhere. They are singularly focused because that is what is required. They are concerned not enough people attended the peace conference last year, but remember they are consistent, and so they hope to see you at next year's peace conference. The peace bringers have a postcard for you to sign to the President of the United States, demanding a full defunding of our military, an immediate withdrawal from all current wars, and a fully funded public school system. The peace bringers have brought a quiche to the potluck, and they want to know if you'd like some. Interpersonally, the peace bringers may sometimes be a little conflict avoidant, but you have to remember they have seen some stuff. Whatever you say pales in comparison to the real brutality they have witnessed out there in the streets protesting war, or in jail protesting war, or perhaps in the military during wartime. The peace bringers are generally quiet, but when they speak, there's a hush across the room and everyone listens. Now, I have known these beloved peace bringers, most of them elders of mine, people of overwhelming bumper stickers, and people of perpetual meetings on the horizon. They're very busy. Their steadfast, quiet pursuit of peace is only insufficient because you have not joined them. If all of us became peace bringers, and then we recruited our friends and families to become peace bringers, and they recruited their friends to become peace bringers, and maybe some people recruited their enemies too to become peace bringers, well, we could have peace. War is over if you want it. And so we must always remember to keep peace at the center of the conversation, not let it go. I mean, can you imagine? Can you imagine deep peace? Deep peace, may it take hold of our dreams and never let them go. Deep peace, may it grab the headlines with the same urgency of war and never release the grasp of our attention. Deep peace, may it spark on the lips of every member of Congress. May the lawyers and their biggest donors who whisper in their ears be whispering words of peace. Don't forget to talk about peace. Peace is possible. Deep peace, may it seduce the world's greatest leaders more than power. May they long to become the leader who is remembered as the peace bringer in chief. The one who finally achieved it, deep peace. This begins with the peace bringers among us. It begins with us. What's the song? Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. See, peace bringers work for peace in all spaces, in the world, in the home, and in the heart. To be clear, this does not equal a life without conflict. No. The war journalist Amanda Ripley writes a lot about the nature of this current era of conflict we find ourselves in now. She says, we are trapped in a pattern of distress known as high conflict, where the conflict itself has become the point, and it sweeps everything into its vortex. And the subtleties of people's arguments and the different features of a person become flattened and swept into the vortex of that conflict. It becomes all that they are. And this is the diabolical thing about high conflict. And every single one that this journalist Ripley has followed all over the world, you end up harming the things you care about the most. The thing you usually went into the conflict to protect, without even realizing it. So there's something diabolical about that system of high conflict, where usually everyone suffers, but to very different degrees. And just like in a contentious and hostile divorce, typically who suffers the most? Children. So, how to get out? How to get free from this high conflict? It's not no conflict. Amanda Ripley offers a number of suggestions she has studied. One of them I'll mention briefly, just involves never arguing with the person who is the farthest from your position. So maybe don't start there. She talks about a concept called looping. Looping. Now, looping is predicated on an assumption that all parties recognize each other's humanity. So I need to say that at the outset. But looping, basically you are listening for the thing that seems the most important to the person with whom you're talking. To them, the thing that is the most important to them, not to you, which is hard. And then you try to play it back to them, not robotically repeating their words, but distilling that thing that is most important to them into the most elegant language you can muster. And then, also easy to forget, you ask them, you check back in. Do I have that right? So the thing you care about is something incredibly elegant. And then you ask, do I have that right? Just ask them. This is looping someone's core value back to them and noticing if they relax at how deeply they have been heard and seen. In relationships, where one side's full humanity is not recognized by the other, such as what we see now happening in Palestine, between Palestine and Israel, one of the things that has to happen is that we have to convince each group that the other group is not leaving. They're not going to be annihilated. They are not going to die out. We are all stuck with each other, and we've got kids together, just like a high conflict divorce. So it becomes very difficult to come up with an example of someone or of a people who you would give up on completely. John Lewis said something similar. Does anyone remember what he said? He said, never give up on anyone. But peace, as we know, is not always so simple. In his letter from a Birmingham jail, Martin Luther King discussed the philosophy of negative peace versus positive peace. And if you'll recall, his 1963 letter was written as a public rebuttal to a letter signed by a large group of Christian clergy, his colleagues, who were asking him to slow down and to change his tactics of fighting for equal rights for black people in America. They were asking him to slow down. And in response, from jail, King wrote, "I have almost reached the regrettable conclusion that the black American's greatest stumbling block in his stride toward freedom is not the white citizens' counselor or the Ku Klux Klanner, but the white moderate, who is more devoted to order than to justice, who prefers a negative peace, which is the absence of tension, to a positive peace, which is the presence of justice, who constantly says, well, I agree with you in the goal you seek, but I cannot agree with your methods of direct action, who paternalistically believes he can set the timetable for another person's freedom, who lives by a mythical concept of time, and who constantly advises black people to wait for a more convenient season. Shallow understanding from people of goodwill is more frustrating than absolute misunderstanding from people of ill will. Lukewarm acceptance is much more bewildering than outright rejection," he writes. "Actually, we who engage in nonviolent direct action are not the creators of the tension. We merely bring to the surface the hidden tension that is already alive. We bring it out in the open where it can be seen and dealt with." That from Martin Luther King. King is talking about bringing peace. He is talking about bringing peace, no, not just negative peace, not just merely the absence of tension, but positive peace, the presence of justice. But make no mistake, no peace in the world, no peace in the community, nor the family is possible without peace in the heart. And so this holiday season, let us seek peace within too. Let us release ourselves from having the best holiday or the worst holiday, and maybe just have a good enough holiday. Claps. A peaceful holiday. A peaceful holiday. Slow it all down like you might be in some way attuned to the pace of the eternal. Begin your December mornings with a meditation, or a silent walk without headphones, or just some time sitting quietly with a poem. And don't give your personal peace away to someone else. This is one of those sermons where I should have asked you to bring out a notebook. Don't give your personal peace away to somebody else. You are responsible for the peace of your heart and the pace of your days. I know it's difficult to feel that when we're pulled in so many directions, but it is you who is ultimately responsible for the peace of your heart and the pace of your days. And with an internal practice, a sense of daily discipline, you can attain enough peace to lift that peace upwards, to hold it up to the light, and then to bring it to others, to offer it outward. Then you can become a peace bringer. And you can always, today and tomorrow and the next day, you can always write your congressperson and demand peace. You can always demand a defunding of war in Gaza. And you can do it every day. You may find yourself, you can do it as an Advent practice. You can do it as a Hanukkah practice. You may find yourself accruing bumper stickers. You may find yourself making paper cranes and bringing quiche to the potluck. But I want you to hear these words from Dr. Angelou, whoever you are in this moment, wherever you are on your journey, whoever are your companions, bring peace with you. In our joy, we think we hear a whisper. At first, it is too soft, then only half heard. We listen as it gathers strength. We hear a sweetness. The word is peace. It is louder now. Peace It is louder, louder than the explosion of bombs. We tremble at the sound. We are thrilled by its presence. It is what we have hungered for. Not just the absence of war, but true peace. A harmony of spirit, a comfort of courtesies, security for our beloveds and their beloveds. Let us be hungry for peace and worthy of the blessing. Amen.
Amen.
For our final hymn, please rise as you're willing and able for Down by the Riverside. We're gonna lay down my sword and shield down by the riverside, down by the riverside, yeah, down by the riverside. Gonna lay down my sword and shield down by the riverside. Ain't study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. 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 Gonna lay down my burden down by the riverside, down by the riverside, yeah, down by the riverside. Gonna lay down my burden, oh, down by the riverside. Ain't study war no more. I ain't gonna study war no more. 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 Ain't gonna study war no more.
Friends, the time has come to be a peace bringer. Bring peace to your own self, to your hearts. Then bring peace to your life, then to your family and friends, then to your enemies. And then out to the world. Become hungry for peace and worthy of the blessing.
Gonna lay down my sword and shield down by the riverside, down by the riverside, yeah, down by the riverside. Gonna lay down my sword and shield down by the riverside. I ain't study war no more. Come on, come on. Ain't gonna study war no more. Ain't gonna study war no more. Ain't gonna study war no more. Yes, you sing, yeah. Ain't gonna study war no more. Ain't gonna study war no more. Ain't gonna study